Hello folks, it's been a while, and some of you have been asking about how things are going, and I thought I would do a quick update. I've had some health issues. Was off my foot for about half a year, but the purpose of this video is for my friend Dorcas, who is trying to grow blueberries. And I guess I could call this Blueberries 101 or my quest, because blueberries are my favorite fruit, especially as a kid. And I always said if I ever grew up, I was going to plant blueberries and have all the blueberries I wanted. Well, I found out it was a lot harder than I thought because I didn't understand the plant. The blueberry is a lot like the rhododendron and azaleas, in that it cannot grow in alkaline soil. So if you have alkaline soil, limestone, anything that would create for an alkaline, you're going to have to amend your soil. First off, do a soil test, check for acidity in the soil, and if it isn't acid but you don't have like lime or anything that would make alkaline, I'm sorry, got the hiccups here. That you're going to want to either get some sort of a plastic liner. I think a old pickup truck liner, maybe two of them back to back, dug into the ground. And why dig them into the ground? Because it's going to be a lot easier to regulate the soil moisture. If you have it above the ground, you're going to have to make sure it has water. And if you live in an alkaline area or limestone area, you're not going to want to use your well water. You're going to want to use rainwater, because the lime will be in the water. And you know that by if you have a hot water coil or hot water heater and have all the lime scale build up in your appliances. But anyway, this is my first year with these plants. This is going to be my new site here. I'm going to have a blueberry bed here. This is bed one, and these plants were planted maybe 2 months ago, and you plant them, you're going to say, oh, am I ever going to get blueberries? Well, I have a site that is now 2 years old, and we will go down and look at that. And then we'll look at a site that's either 12 or 13 years old, and we've been getting blueberries off of them quite readily. Now, in my quest, I found a teacher in Allenwood, Pennsylvania, who has a small blueberry farm. I think it's 13 acres, if I remember right. And he spent a day with going over what you need to do. When you get blueberries, it's a small investment, the plant. You can, and then you'll want to get yourself peat moss and the sand, and you want to have a sand that isn't full of lime. You go to the block plants, sometimes the lime and the sand are close together, so make sure the sand is clean. You don't want to plant them near a cement block wall or a sidewalk, where the leaching of the lime is going to get into the soil. You want to acidify it. Aluminum sulfite will help if your soil is somewhat not as acidic as it would like to be. But I have found that collecting coffee grounds, I go out a barrel over at the local market, and I get a barrel full every week, and I just put it in the ground, and it has worked phenomenally. You'll want to, if you have access to oak and pine sawdust, that works really well too. Rotted is better than raw, but if you get raw, you want to put it on top. It'll break down. The blueberries love wood and organic material. When I say organic material, I do not mean manure or farm byproducts. They like wood byproducts, especially those that are on the acid side. Do not use maple, he said. Maple and blueberries don't go well together. Okay, we'll go to site 2 and look at 2-year plants. Okay, I'm standing at a 2-year plants, and you can see what a year has done. This one has done really well, and you can see these are later blueberries. There are 4 plants here. The one out there is not as doing as well. It really needs mulch. It came from a different provider of the plant, but these other 3 are late. And another thing you need to remember is you need to get varieties that will bloom and cross-pollinate. You know, you can't just people at my wife's work tell her, oh, we're going to get, she takes blueberries to work, and they say, oh, we're going to get a plant. Well, I said, you need to tell them that one plant isn't going to work. You need to get at least 2 different varieties that will pollinate each other, and they are not self-pollinating. So you'll need to get several plants, you know, they're all excited because she has her own blueberries and takes a lot of them to work. Okay, this is 2-year plants, and these plants here are doing very well. And you can see we'll have some more blueberries here shortly. We'll go to site 3. Okay, I am now standing at site 3, and these plants have been here for 12 or 13 years, and I'm sure that if you look there, I can't see the screen, so I'm assuming that this is coming up. The sun is shining pretty bright. The blueberries on this, the other day I picked a very large bowl full of blueberries off of this. It had to have been at least 5 or 6 quart bowl. And this plant itself gave. But now this is the smallest of all the plants that have been started at this time. But as you can see, there's quite a few berries still left on this. The birds haven't gotten them yet. Then the next plant is my largest plant. It is, I'm not sure, probably a hardy blue. They grow in clay. Or no, a patriot. I'm sorry, patriot. A hardy blue will also grow, but now this one's probably 8 foot tall, and I would say it's at least 8 foot across, if not more. And we've gotten loads of berries. It seems like it takes forever to get, but now for the last couple years, we have been getting a large amount of berries. Now these up here aren't quite as big. They're easier to pick. The berries aren't quite as large, but and these are almost over. You can see there's still a lot of green berries on it. This one here is taller than me, so it's probably a little over 6 foot. This one here is just this one's probably right at 6 foot, and that one up there is probably 5.5 foot. But you can see the neighbor had a play box of sand and wanted to know where you could go with it. Well, I said put them on my blueberries because they love sand as well as the coffee grounds. And I also use holly tone. This year they didn't get any, and the coffee grounds gave them enough nutrient broken down after several years of mulching with it that I didn't need to really fertilize. As you can see, we still have loads of berries coming off. So Dorcas, I hope this helps, and anybody else who has struggled with the quest to grow blueberries. Unfortunately for me, it took me almost a whole lifetime to get to a place where it no longer seems difficult. The only problem I still have with blueberries is trying to start plants, and anybody that knows me knows that I'm pretty good at starting plants. Those are peach seedlings that I started from my friend Karen. Brought some seeds to work, and of course I did videos on that, and plums. Plum tree there has had the seed given to me. MI Wilderness, thanks MI. And just different plants, but the blueberry cuttings, they take some finesse, but I haven't given up. You know, they're just one of the challenges that life gives. Don't let it defeat you. it is possible. And now we have blueberries giving them away yesterday. A whole bunch went out of here. Had a friend come over and several friends come over and pick. I've been giving at work, and my wife has, and she's been eating. She's as bad as the birds. She likes blueberries. Okay, thanks for watching. May the Lord bless.